my name's Claire and I'm here to help you get better at ballet. Today we're going to do a big in-depth section on our arms. So I've been teaching for 10 years nearly, and I've done a lot of work on trying to make that connection look really lovely. Sometimes we show the tension in our arms when we're working really hard down below, and in ballet particularly, maybe in street and modern you can show a bit of the effort, but in ballet particularly you want to kind of almost divide your body, divide and conquer, I think. So you're thinking any tension, any strength is really in your lower part of your body, like holding your core so your hips are neutral, holding your turnout so that your legs are turning out in the hip sockets, and also holding your arms, or what we say, holding your arms in your back. That means using these muscles under your shoulder blades to kind of engage those shoulder blades nice and flat on your back so they kind of lock your arms into place. But your arms and certainly your neck and this part of your body needs to imply that everything's really easy. I've talked about this before, and we're kind of doing ourselves a bit of a disservice, because by making ballet look so easy, that is where the whole issue of like, oh, you're just flitting about on stage comes from. And as we know, is totally false. It's really hard work. Arms are really important. It's so easy to forget them. Often we focus on our legs and we're concentrating so hard on that turnout or just remembering the sequences that sometimes the arms get a bit neglected. They might kind of hang there, kind of neither in second position or bras bas. They might sort of just not really be part of what you're thinking about. However, they actually, with a lot of movements, lead the way, certainly with grand allegro, adage. It's your arms that precede the movement, so it makes it a beautifully coordinated movement. And it's really important to give the arms as much strength as possible. What I sometimes like to do when I teach something, I might separate it into arms and legs. So we work on the arms or we work on the legs, but I try to make sure we do the exercise, especially if it's a little bit complicated, with just the arms first. That's quite tricky. It's surprisingly hard to do it without the legs. So it shows where your focus kind of often tends to be. But it's really helpful because then you realize actually how much your arms do move and how important it is that they're moving with the movement, not as an afterthought. So this is why when you're marking an exercise, you might often see dancers marking things with their hands, but also if you're marking a dance, you might not be doing the jumps full out, you might not be lifting your leg to its highest extension, but I always, and in fact the general consensus is always to do your arms full out. It doesn't take much effort to do the arms all the way up to fifth. If you find yourself marking like that, which we often do, I've been guilty of it before, what happens is that when you actually come to do the dance, it hasn't fully gone in, or you might find yourself doing the dance like that, which is obviously not ideal. You want to be using the full extent of your arms in the correct positions. I've got a few little pointers for you, and then I'm going to go into some of the exercises and how our arms help with those specific exercises. Think of the arms as leading the way. In grand allegro, the lift of the arm actually helps you get off the floor. In an adage, as you're lifting the arm, it coordinates with the leg. So psychologically, it helps you lift that leg off the floor. And obviously visually, it makes the whole thing coordinate beautifully. We talked about holding them in the back. It's very easy to get a bit tense with your arms, or elbows droop, or get a bit awkward. Fingers can get a bit tense, so you have to relax the fingers, and any tension in the upper body will be, as I've said, in this under your arm, under your shoulder blade area. So think of pulling those shoulder blades down and out. Imagine someone's massaging your back down and out, so your shoulder blades are out and flat on your back. And by using those underneath muscles, I tend to think, I'll move to one side so you can really see the whole length of the arm. I tend to think of armpits down, elbows lifted, but then rotate those palms to the front so you get that lovely curve going from your shoulder through your elbow. So if a little bit of oil was on my arm, it would roll down and then drip off my fingers at the end. Yes, we don't want that. But likewise, we don't want that as well, because then that shoulder's getting involved. You don't want the trapeziums getting involved. You want to keep them nice and relaxed. But to keep them relaxed, you need to work a little bit in your back. And that also gives you stability for things like pirouettes, and it gives you the strength for your jumps, and it gives you the stability so that you can be nice and fluid with other movements. Arms can really help hold you strong for your turns. If you imagine you're holding like a big bucket in your arms, and again, I'm thinking pulling my armpits down and elbows slightly lifted and making sure my hands, with RAD, hands are around about belly button height. With Royal Ballet School, they might be a little bit higher. Other systems vary slightly, but certainly RAD, Royal Academy of Dance, have your fingertips at belly button height, and that gives a really lovely, stable shape to help make your turns work really well. When we're doing Grand Allegro, as I said, coordinate your arms with the movement, and it helps you get off the floor. If you breathe in and look up at the same time, oh my gosh, it's such a bonus. It makes it look even better. And I've already talked about the divide and conquer. So I've got a few notes here just to remind me, because I've got a few little bits I really want to cover. So I'm going to talk about the actual movements. When you're doing a plie exercise, really think about the arms and the leg absolutely moving together. Can you see that? Getting there at the same time, then reaching there at the same time. When you're doing your tendu to second, really think, I've got my arm in second, I'm going to tendu my leg, and think of the arm coming down first so that the hand and the foot land at the same time. It's a tiny detail, but it makes such a difference. If you're doing glisses, certainly if you're doing glisses with a port de bras, yeah, the difficulty is not letting the port de bras end up getting jerky. You want to do it nice and smoothly, okay? So really make sure that the upper body, again, is not dissociated, but the upper body has got its own agenda. It's a bit like a drummer when they're doing different things with the bass drum and the cymbals and everything else. You've got to be able to keep that beautifully smooth, so it's belying all the effort that's going on beneath. So when it comes to fondus, I've spoken before about the 3 lanes. You've got your supporting leg is the slow lane, your gesturing leg is the middle lane, and the arm is the fast lane, like the 3 lanes of the motorway. So as you do your fondu, everything comes down together and reaches bras bar together, and the coup de pied and the fondu all at the same time. And then, I shall do it to second, everything gets there at the same time. So you have to slow this down. The arm actually moves fastest, and then the gesturing leg actually moves the middle tempo. So it really, really coordinates everything together. Don't forget the bras bar as well. Yes, that's another thing that makes it quite difficult. Sometimes people kind of find themselves forgetting about the bras bar. If it's being choreographed, you need to go through bras bar and first and second, if that's what the choreography is. Also, grand battement. Yes, I need to kneel down for this one. If you're doing grand battement, the arm needs to be super strong. Don't let the arm join in with the movement. Or, as I've been guilty of this, dipping your arm to make your leg look higher. It doesn't work. Keep your arms super strong so that then you're nice and secure. Think supporting side and supporting side and your core, and then swishing with that leg, and that will do all the work for you. But if you let the arm get involved, it starts getting all a bit messy. And finally, adage. Yeah, think of the arm again as leading the way. So it's like your hand is picking your foot up off the floor, and then it all gets there at the same time again. Okay, so those are my little tips specifically regarding certain steps. Obviously, every single step will involve your arms. So really have a think. Don't forget about your arms. Don't neglect them. Have a real think about how you can really focus on making your arms super fantastic and make them work for you. And that will take your ballet to another level. Those are my tips for today. I hope they help you. Even if one thing helps you, do let me know, and just try one thing out today that you've heard and see if it works. See if it helps you coordinate your arms and legs better, or make your jumps a little stronger, or your turns a little bit more controlled. Whatever works for you. Looking forward to seeing you again. If you want to dance with me, check out bridgeballet.co.uk and book a class. Or if our schedule doesn't work for you, you could be in Australia, check out bridgeballet.club, and you have access to all my classes anytime, night or day, and you can join the club for the price of a cup of tea and a cake every month and have fabulous ballet classes. See you later. Take care. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. Bye.